What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about what's in my bag right now. We're going into the last week of preseason, so next week, just 1 week from now, is the first regular season game of the season, and we're going to go through, as I said, what's in my bag right now. We're going to start off with two brand new shoes, which I actually haven't worn on court yet, but which will be in my bag very soon. They're from Way of Wade, and the first pair is the Wade Ice Blood Volume 2. I hope the camera can focus on it. And it's actually D'Angelo Russell's shoe, so he's got his own branch now in the Way of Wade line. He's been a Wade athlete for quite some time. He's usually been wearing the Wade All City 12, which you can see right here. So that was the pair he was rocking with or hooping with the most time. And now they made the Ice Blood Volume 2 or the Ice Blood 2 for him. And what stands out about this shoe is that it's the most narrow shoe I've seen in my entire life. I hope you can see here that the insole is like maybe 10 centimeters wide, which is insanely narrow, especially considering that this is a size 14 shoe. So if you have if you have narrow feet, make sure to get a pair of these. They should be amazing. And if you have wide feet like me, you should probably stay away. I'll still try to squeeze my feet in and try them out, but it's probably going to be a rather painful testing. The next shoe is also from Way of Wade and sadly also pretty narrow if you have a wide midfoot, which I unfortunately do. It's the Wade All City 12 Encore with this really cool heel tab here. I finally got a pair. They finally dropped in size 14. If you're wondering why they look so bulky and filled up here, it's because I actually have something in there to try to widen them out a little bit, because this part right here where the synthetic goes over into a leather upper, this part here is pressing against my wide midfoot like crazy. I've been looking forward to them, to testing them so much, and I really wanted to play with them, especially because one of my teammates also got a pair and they looked amazing. But I don't think I'll actually be able to wear them as much just because they are so narrow. Then moving on to the next pair that's been in my rotation, another brand from Asia, the Series Player Only Player One Plus. This is the Blue Ciel colorway. I also got sent the Flamingo colorway, which I have in the locker room right now. I've already been wearing them a lot. I haven't worn the Blue Ciel on court yet, but they feel really nice. Traction performance, very good, but it does pick up dust a lot, especially the translucent outsoles. The cushioning setup is very nice. It's essentially my favorite feature about SPO because they have drop-in midsoles, and the nice thing is they are replaceable. They actually come with a second pair. This is the explosive midsole, so if you need a little bit more cushioning. They also have a quick midsole, and they also have the midsole that's in here on the next pair, which is the Ranger one of the widest bases I've seen on the shoe. Kind of looks like a Cybertruck. And here we have, I believe it's called the support midsole. I'll show you as well. It's very hard to get it out, so I'm struggling quite a bit here. That's the softest setup they have, and that's the explosive setup, and the one that I had here is the support setup. So that's the cool thing. You can take the insole from the Ranger one and put it in the Player One Plus or put it in any other shoe they've released, which is a really cool detail and a cool thing to do. You can actually also buy the insoles separately. Now getting back to performance of the Player One Plus, as I said, the cushioning setup, I can't really grade it out of 10 because there's so many different insoles and I haven't tried them all, but you can actually customize it to your liking, which is very nice. The materials are a little bit stiff at first, they need some time to break in. The support features are pretty nice. We even have a carbon plate on the outsole, which you can see here through the translucent outsole. So all in all, a really good alternative if you're looking for cheaper versions of Kobe's, and if you like Kobe's performance, these are probably going to be for you. Now talking about the Ranger, they're a little bit different. They also have this drop-in midsole setup, but since the build of the shoe is so different, they feel different on foot. You have better impact protection because the midsole is also just way thicker and offers better impact protection. The materials are also way thicker than on the Player One Plus, essentially thicker than any other shoe they've released so far. I believe they're leather and synthetic leather mixed together, and they're relatively soft and don't need as much break-in as the synthetic materials on the Player One Plus. And the support features also feel a little bit better just because we have such a wide base, which is great for preventing ankle sprains. Then another shoe that's been in my rotation for a while, actually the Sabrina 2. I did say in my performance review that I don't like them as much simply because the cushioning setup is not enough for me for longer periods of times. And that's still the case, but I really love them for like shoot around practices, light practices, walkthroughs. They're very comfortable, very nice and low to the ground if you're doing a shoot around. They're perfect. Just for longer periods of time, I didn't like them as much. Traction performance is holding up well. They're wearing off a tiny little bit on the outside of the pattern, so right around the edges you can see the pattern is wearing off a little bit. That's to be expected because the grooves are so thin, but apart from that I still really like them. I sometimes also use them with an insole because they do flex in the midfoot, which I don't like as much, but as I said, for a light workout or a shoot around, they are absolutely perfect. Then two shoes that have been in my rotation for over a month now, and I'm actually getting a third colorway, is the Nike Book 1, and I like them so much. They're always in the locker room, my two colorways that I have. I actually practiced with them the last 2 days and played my last game in them. So I'm really looking forward. I'm getting the Python colorway, should arrive hopefully next week. I would love to play with them for the first game of the season, if I can break them in before that, but I'm really liking them. Cushioning setup is so perfect for me because the heel has good impact protection. I sometimes struggle with Achilles pain, and the forefoot is nice and low to the ground, which I like for shooting. So they're probably going to be my game shoes throughout the whole season, and they're surprisingly good if you have a wide midfoot. Then the next pair we have is a pair from Skechers, the Skechers Razor Grip. Very interesting shoe, actually really comfortable. The cushioning setup surprised me a lot. Very soft, very comfortable. The issue with them is that durability doesn't seem to be good. You can see here in the forefoot, we already have areas that are wearing off, and mind you, I only wore these 2 times on an indoor court, and we also have some areas on the outsole that are wearing off already. Kind of looks like the flow setup. It also doesn't squeak, so there's another similarity. Apart from that, they felt very nice. Support was good. Maybe you're a little bit high off the ground and the materials are a bit too soft and not containing enough on hard lateral stops. I had the feeling it was like moving out a little bit, but they have a shank plate and actually decent torsional support, so they don't flex in the midfoot, which I like a lot. And the materials are also very comfortable. It goes hand in hand with the cushioning setup that's also very soft and comfy. And the last pair has also been in my rotation since the beginning of 2024. My full review of them is called the best shoe of 2024 already, and I would kind of still see it in that way because the Nike GT Cut Free is just still so damn comfortable while also being so light, supportive, with good traction performance. I just really love this shoe. They're insanely bouncy as well. With these, I feel like I can do way better dunks than without them. And I love the cushioning setup. Zoom X is so damn comfortable. The only issue is if you only have one pair to play in and the GT Cut Free is your pair, the Zoom X will bottom out relatively quickly. So that's the downside, but if you have like 2-3 pairs which you can rotate with, they will stay soft and comfortable for a long time, and that's exactly why I'm still playing in them. With that being said, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and comment your current shoe rotation. Have a good one, see you next time.